I, James William,
I, James William,
take you, Katy Marie,
take you, Katy Marie,
to be my wife,
to be my wife.
I, Katy Marie,
take you, James William,
take you, James William,
to be my husband,
to be my husband.
These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love for you, that are holding yours on your wedding day as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fills your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will tenderly hold your children, will give you strength when you need it. These are the hands that, even when wrinkled and aged, will be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness, just a touch.
in the presence of God and before this congregation, James and Katy have given their consent and made their marriage vows to each other. They have declared their marriage by the joining of hands and the giving and receiving of rings. I therefore proclaim that they are husband and wife.
Welcome everybody. What a fantastic venue this is. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? And it's so great to see everybody who's made the effort to come, especially the guys who have come a long way. We've got some guys from America, so thanks to you guys for coming all the way over for Katy's wedding. Brilliant, thanks very much. So I'll talk about Katy for a little while, not for too long because I don't want to get upset, but I've got to say, being a dad to my two amazing daughters has been the best thing of my life all the way through. And actually being able to sort of share their journey with them has been a total privilege, and I'm enjoying every moment of it. So I love you both very much. But one thing that stood out when she was a little girl is, I remember sitting with Katy on my knee, watching Aladdin, her singing A Whole New World in my ear. And it was just a beautiful moment. And there's times you take them for granted. So anyone that's got kids in the room, don't take them for granted. These times are very special because soon they become memories. We need to talk about Birmingham City just for a few minutes. Katy and Marie made me so proud when they both got Birmingham City tickets, season tickets. I haven't got the guts to have one. We all know that Birmingham are a sleeping giant. I actually think they're in a bit of a coma myself at the moment.
Thank you to our parents. To be frank, having such a beautiful venue, amazing food, a lovely long honeymoon, and a velvet tuxedo doesn't come cheap. So thank you for all of your help. Thank you to the rest of Katy's family, which is most of the room. I always grew up with a small family, and I thought how cool it would be to have lots of aunties, uncles and cousins, and now I do. And I can honestly say I couldn't wish for a more fun, funny, down-to-earth and genuine group of people to now officially call family. Thank you to the bridesmaids for all of your help today, of course, but just for being fantastic friends to Katy. She obviously loves you all to bits, and I know you feel the same about her. And let's be honest, normally with a group of girls, you're going to have one that's a bit of a nightmare, usually, but that's not the case here. Obviously, if I had to choose it, it'd be Radhika. No, but I don't have to choose, and she's my favourite anyway, so it's fine, I think.
While she was at Birmingham, I heard about she'd met somebody called James, a big 7-foot ex-rugby player, and I was thinking, oh God, what have we got here? I was expecting a broken nose, cauliflower ears, you know. I was actually quite nervous meeting James, not because he's so big, but I just wanted to like him. I wanted him to be a nice bloke. And it turns out, after having met him, seen him for a few times, I could just see how they were together, how they looked at each other, how they laughed with each other, and they're obviously very, very much in love. And I must admit, I'm very proud to actually call him my new son-in-law and welcome him into our half of the family.
And to you, James, I'd like you to know that we are so very proud of you. But more importantly, we want to express to you how proud we are of the honourable, caring and thoughtful man that you've become. The most important thing for any parent is to see their children happy in life and with a partner who they can love. We honestly could not have wished or hoped for any more. Katy, we would like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for finding and loving James as you do. I know it's an overused cliche, but I think you really did find the one, both of you. To the bride and groom, Katy and James.
When James asked me to be best man, I couldn't turn him down. You're easily one of my top 10 friends. So thank you. And it's clear to see that James's ruthless dedication to planning and organising this wedding almost single-handedly. Katy's ruthless dedication to planning and organising this wedding, it really has paid off. Katy, you look beautiful, and yeah, it's been a great day. No, so James, I've known him now for about 15 years. I heard of this 6'4", 16.5 stone professional rugby player, built like a concrete bunker. Later described in the media as a blonde bombshell. Right, I'll get to the sincere bit, and this is the only sincere bit of my speech tonight, so please absorb it. For some lucky people, there comes a moment in their lives when the stars align and they meet that special somebody who doesn't judge, doesn't criticise, and compliments them in every single way. I think this day arrived for James about 3.5 years ago when I started his building work. And I have had the pleasure of working with James for the past 3 years, and I can honestly say he's one of the most casual, relaxed, and genuine guys I've ever met. Coles, you're a top fella, first-class friend, and I really couldn't be happier for you. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, if you could be upstanding, and please raise your glasses to James and Katy, Mr. and Mrs. Collins.
So, that just leaves me to say a few words about the most important person in the room and the most important person in the world to me, and that's my lovely wife, Katy. So, we've had this thing going for years now, where I tell her that I love her. I tell her every day because there's hell to pay if I don't. Often she'll ask me why, and I've never given her an answer. But today, being our wedding day, I thought I'd at least attempt to answer that question. Inevitably, I'm going to fall short, but I can only try. So the first thing that sprang to mind when I asked myself, why do I love her, was that she's beautiful. That was the first thing that popped into my head. She's beautiful, and more beautiful than she realises. She's funny. Not as funny as she thinks, if I'm honest, but she is a funny bugger, and she makes me laugh every day. I then thought about other qualities that I admire in her, and I realised that she shares a number of things with people that were my role models as I was growing up. She shows an incredible amount of grit and determination, something I've always admired my mum for having in abundance. She has a talent for speaking, something I've always looked up to my dad for. She's very principled as well, another quality she has. Incredibly easygoing, but if you challenge one of her principles, a switch will flick. And that's something I've always admired my sister for, being very principled. Not so much now, Joe, if we're honest. So, in my feeble attempt at answering this question, I asked myself, what would I do if I had one more night to live? And I know exactly what I'd do. I'd spend it with Katy, doing our favourite thing together. Not that. Which is incredibly simple. It's sitting on the sofa together, being silly with each other, and making each other laugh. That's the most precious thing in the world to me. So, the thing that I do with one more night in the world is the thing that I get to do nearly every night of the week, which makes me incredibly lucky. If everyone could please raise your glasses and toast to being silly in love.